Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. Hey, welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Cush. Woohoo! We are here today to celebrate our friend. Oh gosh, let's get him a nice clean shot. There we go. Our friend Ringo the Ginger Bug. We started Ringo a little bit more than a week ago, and now we are going to use Ringo to make 3 different Tiki Sodas. I thought about 2, and then at the last second, I thought about 1 more. So we have a lot to get to tonight. I'll tell you what we're gonna make later. You stick around. It's a little bit of a cliffhanger. What's he gonna make? Ginger bug soda. Okay, let me say hello. Disgusting. Let me say hello to all the people. First of all, Moose is here wondering who is joining the pre-party. There's a pre-party. We do put the show up about maybe an hour and a half before it's starting. You guys can always come in, say hi to each other, start the chat early. It's a way to live. That is certainly one way to live. Let me say hello to Shawnee Pennybaker. Good evening to you. Hey all, to BGB the Bun. Good to see you, the Bun. Mr. or Mrs. the Bun. Amy Beer is here. Good evening to you as well. There, Amy. Tiki Court with a cheers to everybody. Put your glasses up. Tiki Court has begun the cheers. It's started, so don't even worry. Get ready, don't worry. Amy Nordstrom is here. Howdy y'all. Not a y'all, just a howdy. Half, just like half Texan right there. My dad is here. He loves ginger. I don't know how much ginger is going to come through. I've never made a ginger bug soda, and we won't have it again today. It's going to take like 3 days to do anything. So we're just really going to be we're starting the process, what we're doing. Enchanting Innovations, the creator of, who just woke up. I think he knew that his dad was here. Enchanting Creations, who created Ernie, is here in the chat as well. Lots of you here. Let's get into it. This ginger bug is very simple to make. We named him Ringo. I forget exactly what the connection was. I know for a while I was mentioning Pete Best. And then Ringo came up, and then there we are. This is how we named it, Ringo. I don't have a real explanation for where Ringo came from, other than it is the bar's ginger bug. Now, what is a ginger bug good for? Takes up a lot of space. It takes up more mental energy than I really have the ability to give to an inanimate object, because I'm already taking pretty good care of Ernie and Smokin' Joe and what else we got in here? I guess those 2. Flowey, little flowers bag. Taking care of a lot of inanimate objects at this point, guys. Running out of space, but this one, not necessarily completely dead. In fact, there are little natural yeasts that live on the skin, live inside of a ginger. When you put that ginger in with some water, some nice filtered water, you put a little sugar in there, those yeasts come out of hiding, chomp, 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 and they fart out not ethanol, little ethanol, baby amounts of ethanol. So if you're completely done with drinking, maybe ginger bug sodas aren't for you, but just a little ethanol. But more importantly, they're going to naturally carbonate this. They're going to put carbonic acid, which is going to react with water. It's going to react with juices. It's going to create bubbles, so that we're not actually just shoving carbonation into a drink. We are letting that drink sort of carbonate itself. Right? We talk about it, and we will have an example of this in a second. When we are making anything for a bar, we don't want to flavor the water. We want to water the flavor. We don't want to carbonate the drink. We want the drink to carbonate itself if possible. One way to do that is with this ginger bug. So if you got a bunch of time sitting around to make some ginger bug stuff, I say go. Let me make the first one. see how much time we have, and then I might. What are you guys gonna ride if I have a daiquiri? Yeah, I don't think so. I think you guys will be good. Let's get into it. Let's put Ringo off to the side here. Let's. Oh, Ringo's still gonna be on camera. This right here is one of the great methods in bartending. It is something that we like to call oleo sacrum. The way that I do it, this is not the only way to do it. The way that I do it is I put it into one of these freezer sealable bags. That squeezes it, that gets all of that sugar into the peels of your citrus, and it's able to pull out all of that oil. This right here is a mixture of sugar and oil. This is a very concentrated flavor. Now, what is this? I know it looks very orange. It is not. This is grapefruit. When I am searching for new recipes to put on this show, there is a recipe that, or there's an ingredient that comes up all the time that I'm sure if I put out a call, that if I was really willing to get in my car and drive around when it's 120 degrees out in the valley, I would be able to find it, but I never can. And it's an ingredient called ting. Ting is a grapefruit soda made in Jamaica. It is better than Squirt because it tastes more like grapefruit. It is better than it's just better than grapefruit sodas because it is made with real grapefruit. Well, if we're making a soda anyway, why wouldn't we at least attempt to make a ting alternative so that we can make things like, and I only know one of them, I'm sure there's plenty of them, but a Ting and Ray, which is just Ting grapefruit soda and Ray and Nephew. It falls right in the middle of that tiki sweet spot where it has that good funky Jamaican rum, but it also has kind of a tropical flavor. And so that, my friends, is what we are going to do. We're going to attempt to make a grapefruit soda in the manner of Ting. Was exhausting. Okay, let's get into it. Let's first of all start over here. We're gonna filter out our ginger bug before we get too far into it. We don't want to have a bunch of pieces of ginger running through here, so we're just gonna put it through one of these little strainers. Get that old ginger out. There we go. I had to steal another one of my wife's canning jars. Hopefully Motu Jen is okay with that. It's for Ringo. She likes Ringo. She fed Ringo while I was out of town. She sang to Ringo, or she at least pretended she was going to sing to Ringo at one point. So I think they have a pretty good relationship. So this is Ringo without his ginger floating in there. Put this off to the side. I'm sure we can probably use this ginger for something else. I don't know. Grind it up. Ginger powder. I don't know what we're up to. Nice of Ringo to donate some of his blood. Never, ever so emotional connected to a jar of ginger. Yeah, exactly. This is a big day. The good news is ginger bugs they can be forever. As long as you don't let them mold, as long as you don't, as long as you don't screw them up, we're gonna take a little from them and we're gonna give a little back. That's how a ginger bug works. Okay, so we got our ginger bug ready. I used to have a lid for this. I don't anymore. So I guess that's just we'll have this live here on the ground, and we'll keep the blood of Ringo right here. All right, let's get into how we're gonna make this. We're gonna start over here with our grapefruit oleo sacrum. All right, this right here is just the sugar and oil, so we do need to add some water to it still. Let me show you how I do that, especially when I do it in this little thing. Oh gosh. We'll just cut carefully here. We're just gonna slice right here. I just want to get a little opening right there that I can. Don't cut towards yourself, everybody. There we go. It's a Boy Scout rule, I think. We're going to go ahead and pour in our oleo sacrum right here. Let's pour it through a little catcher. That way we're not getting any pieces of grapefruit in here. So, more than anything, this is giving us a lot of very concentrated grapefruit flavor. So we're going to squeeze this out as much as we can. Oh, proportion. Should we talk about proportions? Let's talk about proportions. For this oleo saccharum, I didn't want this to be overly sugary. If you've ever had Ting, it's not overly sugary, but in order to get the oils out, we do need to add some sugar. Also, sugar is going to help little Ringo do his business. Let's see how this tastes. Oh, that is sour. Well, it's not great. I wouldn't recommend just drinking straight from this. Equal parts by weight. So get yourself a little scale, equal parts by weight, the peels of a grapefruit and sugar. Let those sit. I let this sit, I think, for an hour. And that's it. I was definitely pressing on it there for a little bit to make sure that I had, I got all the oils out, etc. If you just want to put it in a jar, give it some muddles. Speaking of which, muddle that like button if you can. And then, in order to make this into a cordial, which is just a flavored group of water that has all the flavors of the citrus that we're throwing in here with some water and some sugar, you want to put in an equal amount of water. So this is equal amount of water by weight. Everything with these cordials is by weight. So we're going to put in about half the water now, and we're going to give it a little shake. Not quite as cool as shaking with a set of tins, but I mean, not quite as cool. Not anywhere as cool. Not even close. All right, there we go. And we're going to take this. We're going to pour this out. Excellent. Beautiful. And then we're going to pour the rest of this in. We just are trying to get as much of that flavor out of this oleosaccharum as we can. Fold this over one more time. Give it another shake. I often wonder what we're doing on this show. This is one of those times. I'm having a bit of an existential crisis for the show. All right, that's pretty good. It's coming out pretty clear. We're just going to pour this in to here. And there we have it. We have gone from an oleosaccharum, a grapefruit oleosaccharum, into a grapefruit cordial. If you're wondering what have I ever had a cordial before? If you've ever had Rose's lime juice, that is a cordial. Rose's sweet and sour, that is a cordial. There are lots of examples of cordials. A lot of great bars, they put the word cordial on their menu because it just sounds slightly cooler than saying sugar water with a little citrus in it. I'll put this in here. Kyle, you have to remind me, Kyle. You have to remind me. I've already forgotten that I put it down here. All right, I just don't want it spilling everywhere. So Kyle, I'm putting that on you, pal. Okay. We have our very orange grapefruit cordial here. We also want to put in some grapefruit juice. These are the grapefruits that I peeled in order to get this. So I put in about 3 grapefruits. Let's give these a slice. Kyle, I am thinking now, would you bring me in a cutting board? I just don't have one. I probably could do it like this. But so much better for me and for the bar, for the visual of this whole thing if I get this going. Okay. We have pink grapefruits, so we're going to have sort of a pink ting. I think ting usually comes out fairly clear. Let's give this a bit of a squeeze here. I don't have a grapefruit sized squeezer. I don't even think I would want one. I think maybe that would be too big. Oh, thanks, buddy. You're the man. Appreciate you, buddy. Put this here for now. Try and get as much of this grapefruit juice out as we can. All of the sugars that go into this grapefruit, or that are already in this grapefruit, are also going to help little Ringo to make this this ting alternative into a bubbly mess. And that's what we're looking for, bubbly messes. Ooh, that is quite a sight there. It's like there was a murder. All right, let's go ahead and throw this here. We are going to juice all 3 of these. I probably should have done this before the show started, but I got a little nervous. Sometimes I get a little nervous before the show starts. I think, do I even have enough to fill 10 minutes. When I first started this show 5 years ago, when it was just on Instagram, and it was shot basically on a 1950 Victrola. It was not shot very well. This looks nice. These are nice cameras for what we're doing. It was shot really poorly. I would get in there, I would get on the show, and I would start talking, and I would speed through everything. I wouldn't tell little stories. I wouldn't do anything. I would just start slamming drinks out. And after about 8 minutes, I would realize I had gone through the entire everything that I wanted to say, and I would end the show. And I'm sure that there were some people that really like that. I do get the biggest hate comment that Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks gets is just start the just talk about the drink. We don't need to hear anything about you. What are you doing? Just get with the drink, make your videos 8 minutes, give it a script, and be done with it, sir. They never say sir. They say things like bozo and dip and whatnot. They don't like me when they think I talk too much. They don't like me. That's all right. I've never met them. I don't even think about them, except for right now. All right, keep going. Anyway, I used to end the show at about 8 minutes, and at some point I realized that's insustainable. So now I talk more, and I give myself way more stuff to do on camera, even though it does end up bringing us into situations like this, where now I am squeezing out a bunch of grapefruits in front of crowds of fives of people. Crazy. Regular ting is clearish, but I was surprised to see pink ting at a Jamaican restaurant recently. Yeah, ting, I know they have a new pink ting. I think that's kind of what we're up to right now. We are pink tinging it. It's going to be a mix of pink and orange, I think, because the outsides of these guys was orange. So go ahead and keep following along. We're going to keep squeezing grapefruits. Maybe there's somebody online that has like a fetish for this, and they're really liking what I'm up to right now. So we're just going to keep on keeping on here. Really squeeze this grapefruit. Really put your elbow into it. Oh, yeah. That's what we want. So it's about like that. Maybe a little bit more. We'll squeeze over here too. About like that. And one more. I promise we're almost done. Get this going. There we go. Well, I appreciate the three of you. Well, I guess it's just two of you. One of you said it twice. I love the style, Dr. Cush. Sounds just boring. Yeah, honestly, my thought on it is if you just want to know how to make a drink, thousands. Trust me, I own hundreds of them. But there are thousands of cocktail books out there. And there are also a lot of very good YouTube shows where the people, they get on and they make a cocktail, tell you a little bit about it, and then they go home. That's a great way to do it. I think that's a good way to do it. I don't have the time, the energy, or the patience to have to edit those out or write the scripts out beforehand. That is just not going to be the old Cush tender way. We're going to make this a different situation. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pour this in. We're going to filter it. We don't want our fake ting to have a bunch of that pulp, but we do want the fresh juice. There we go. Give this a little, as my wife would say, we're going to give this a little mishmash. Oh, I think we'll just mishmash this around. My wife has created an entirely brand new language, and it's usually ishes and oshes for everything. All right, squeeze that, give that a little stir. We just don't want a bunch of pulp in here, so we're going to pour all this through our pulp. Give it a minute. There we go. Trying to keep as much of the pulp out, but all of the juice in. How much more juice do we have? Oh, we got a lot of juice. All right, well, we'll probably be able to make about 2 or 3 tings, maybe. It does kind of sound like I'm making fun of a language when I say it like that, but I promise the name of the soda is Ting. Give me 2 tings, if you wouldn't mind there. Good, sir. Just concentrating, so I probably should not be talking. Okay, put that there. Love this. All right, so we got a pink ting situation going here. There we go. Now, how much juice did we get? I have no idea. But what our ideal amount of juice is, because we have, these are the bottles we'll be using. I went through about maybe 5 months of pretending that Grolsch was the greatest beer of all time, because when you buy a Grolsch, you get a free bottle. Not everybody gives these free little pop-top bottles. I really like these. So the ideal amount that we want to put in here is for every 2 cups, we want to put in a 1/4 cup of ting. Or sorry, let's do that again. For every 2 cups, let me do this math right. For every 1 3/4 cups of liquid we want to put into our bottle, we want to put in a 1/4 cup of our ginger bug. Okay, does that make sense? So if we're making 2 cups, 1 3/4 of that should be the juice you want to make, and then the other 1/4 cup should come in through your ginger bug. So let's go ahead and put in a 1/4 cup of ginger bug. This is Ringo again. How much is a 1/4 cup? Very easy. If you don't do it in, if you don't mess with cups, you're a bartender, so cups are not your thing. 1/4 cup is 2 ounces. So we're gonna go ahead and put in 2 ounces of our very fresh, very sassy ginger bug here. I think we'll have enough to make 2, so we'll just do it like that. We'll start off with 2. Throw this in here. Make sure your equipment is clean. Otherwise, you can grow mold on your ginger bug, I found out. Reddit told me that. Thanks, Reddit. You did something great there, kids. Okay, there is our ginger bug. There's this. All right, let's fill this up. Actually, let's give this a little stir. If we have a spoon, we have a kitchen spoon for some reason. Give this a little stir. Make sure that all of that oleo and the cordial is mixed in with our grapefruit. By the end of this, we should have a lovely grapefruit soda in about 3 days. Let's make sure they're pretty even. Oh, you know what we should do? This is what we should do. We should taste it first. Give it a little taste. That's freaking lovely. I will say, you know, I'm not just doing this because I've got all this extra room in here. I do think we can probably add a little water to this just to thin it out. Let's add just a little water to our tings right there. One right here. There we go. All right. This right here is our grapefruit soda. We're going to seal this up, and we're going to put this in a nice warm place so that all of that ginger bug can now react with all of the other stuff, with all of the sugars, the cordial, the grapefruit in here, and give us a really nice, bubbly, ginger ting-like soda. All right, let's put this away. There we go. All right. I have made an absolute mess of this entire bar. I have so many apparatus and the rest of it. I want to make 2 more. I just want to experiment a little bit. So obviously, when we can, we would like to use fresh juice. But what if we don't want to use fresh juice? What if we want to add bubbles to an already existing juice? Let's do that. Let's get it. So let's get another one of these Grolsch bottles right here. I went to my local Russian store today and purchased something that was, it seemed the most like Pog. Passion fruit, orange, and guava. It's all made from concentrate. So this is it. It even says it in Russian. It says it in Russian. What it is. On the back side, it tells you a little bit more. It says multi-fruit. Multi-fruit. But I did recognize there's passion fruit right there. There's orange. think there's a guava in there somewhere. There's some mango up there, a little lemon, a little kiwi. I want to see what we can do with adding a already like from concentrate juice into our ginger bug. Not a whole lot to this, guys. So we're just going to go ahead and pour this in. What are we doing? We should taste it first. We should always taste it first. See how thick this stuff is. My little spoon, my little... Oh, that's spectacular. Yeah, that'll work. All right. We're going to fill this guy up. This one's nice and thin. So we're just going to let the ginger bug have right at it. Give ourselves a little extra space there. And seal that up. We're going to have to wait for the results, guys. I'm sorry. There's not a lot of ta-da in this whole show that we got going on here. Last one. We did fresh fruit with the addition of the cordial. We did one just from here. I want to see what happens if you decide to pre-batch a cocktail mixer that should come in a bubbly. And what's a famous one? Well, obviously, if you're going to have a mojito and a mojito is served to you and it doesn't come bubbly, you're not having a great time. So we haven't have Kyle. I need more water. I'm sorry, Kyle. I thought I had this all done. I just am not ready for this. Can you just bring me some more water if you get a chance? Oh, and a towel. There's a whole. It's like an ocean in front of me. I have a mint simple syrup right here. I don't know if you guys remember making this. This is our blanched mint simple syrup. Now, I did add a little booze to this, so I don't know if that... Hello. I did add a little booze to it to keep it from going bad. So this might be a bad experiment. We might be sending Ringo into a fight that he cannot win. Oh, there it goes. But we're going to try it. Might as well. This is, I labeled this under Dr. Cush experiment. So we will treat this as if it is an experiment. We have one more bottle here. In order to make this stuff, okay, let's think about this. If we're going to make 2 cups of it, normally we put about 3/4 of an ounce of there. So, but the whole thing ends up being about, I don't know, is it an 8 ounce? So we got to put this through about 1.5 ounces. Maybe let's go up to 2 ounces of this stuff right here. A little in my head bar math. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, you really, this is exactly what I wanted. Give everybody a little wave. You really have you've made everybody's night tonight. Okay. Oh, and a towel. Yes, because it is I'm a filth monster today. Thanks, buddy. Throw this over my shoulder like I'm a real bartender. Let's go ahead and put in 2 full ounces of our mint simple syrup. Again, I did fortify this. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think maybe I'm in a little trouble with this. We might have some issues, but there's a lot of sugar in here. 2 ounces of that. We're also going to be putting in the juice of 2 limes that I have right here. Let's bring this guy out one more time. Slice her up and get her going. There's our slicer right there and right there. And whew, squeeze this in. I did not fortify the limes, so hopefully this ginger bug Ringo will be able to get in here and eat some of the lime juice and still exist and live and thrive and perspire and become a real ginger bug. That's not a great shot. Let's get the shot right. There we go. Look at that. Way better shot. Steven Spielberg over here. What's Steven Spielberg's Jeez Louise. Kyle, remind me I gotta wipe it down back here. It's a whole situation. Oh my gosh. It's just shooting out everywhere. It's become a real issue. Now I point it right at my eyes. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, you don't want to be squeezed anymore, apparently. Put this in here. And there we go. I bought these limes at the Russian market. 39 cents a piece. I felt like I was back in the 80s. Feels like this is what things should cost. All right, let's put in our water. There we go. Let's take a new straw here. Give it a taste. See if anything is off. Nope. Minty, lime. You know what? I could use a little more mint. We're gonna add just a little bit more mint. There we go. Oh, I know why. Uh-oh. What have I done? I'll tell you exactly what I've done. I forgot about something called specific gravity. If you take a look at this, you'll notice it's really dark here on the bottom. That's because that is where the mint simple syrup is living. So when I just tasted that right now, I only tasted the top. Lime juice and water have a very similar specific gravity. So I have really just fooled myself into thinking that this was way too limey, and then without really doing a lot of, without having any kind of fun thought process, I just added more mint to it, and now we might have ended up being too minty. Let's see. We're a little minty. Uh-oh. That's all right. We don't mind a minty mojito, do we, folks? There we go. Okay. So what do we do now? We are going to go put these somewhere. Write down my station for a second. We're going to go put these somewhere where they will not get too cold. We want to keep them in a at least room temperature spot for at least a day, maybe 2, up to 3, until that yeast, which loves to be wrapped in warmth, it takes its nice little cat naps by the sun. It's going to get in there. It's going to eat all the sugars. It's going to toot out all the carbon dioxide or the carbonic acid, and it is going to toot out some just a little ethanol. But there we have it. So hopefully, by the end of this, we will have added enough carbon dioxide in here to make this a bubbly mint and lime mojito soda, and we will hopefully have a little ting with these two guys. Probably should label these at some point. Ting with these guys, and just the fun little pog, the Russian pog, multi-juice. What do we call it? Multi-juice? Multi-fruit. Some multi-fruit soda with our ginger bug. This is an experiment, so I don't know exactly how any of this is going to work. That should be in a good spot. Bonbon is asking, that bottle won't cause an explosion? Locked bottle? That is how I cause kombucha pineapple bomb. Terrifying. No, it shouldn't, Bonbon, and I will explain the process to this. Once a day, I'm going to go through and we're going to do what's called burping. We're going to burp these bad boys. So we're going to get through and we're just going to see if there's even already a little stuff. I bet the Ting's got a little. No. Okay. We're just going to go through. We're going to burp them. We're going to burp these guys, let out some of that pressure that goes in here. If you are afraid, like old Bonbon the Pineapple Bomber, if you're a little afraid of that, another great thing to do is get a very clean, make sure you're definitely sanitizing that a couple times, but get a soda bottle. Squeeze it a little bit before you add the ingredients in. Close it while it's squeezed, and then it should expand. Once it starts to get too hard to push, then you know that your kombuchas, or that your kombucha or your ginger bug should be ready to go. I'm instead just going to be burping these. So once a day, I'm going to go through and just let a little bit out. The next bit that you have to do with all of these guys is thusly. Once they are fully carbonated, put them in the refrigerator. You want that things carbonate at cold temperatures, right? So the carbonization of the carbon dioxide, whatever the heck it is, the carbonic acid, will get into the actual juice of this when it gets cold. It will carbonate when it's hot, but it'll get into it when it is cold. So make sure that you are putting these in the refrigerator for at least a day before. So how many days is that? So it's 3 days plus 1 day brings us to 5 days. So in 5 days, that'll be next Tuesday. Is that right? Next, we'll open these up on next Tuesday. We'll make a Ray and Ting on our Tuesday show, and we'll try out all of these on Tuesday once they're all ready. I'll let you know which experiments worked, which ones did not work. Is this our mint one again? Yeah. Great. So I will let you guys know which of these works, which of these don't, and we will go from there. Is it too late to make a quick daiquiri? Oh, I ran out of lime. Let me use this little lime real quick. I didn't get a drink on the show, so I'm just gonna have a little quick drink. I don't. I will say I don't drink for the most part unless I'm on the show. So if I don't get my drink on the show, then what am I doing? I'm just not drinking. What kind of bartender am I? The worst. Never trust a skinny chef or a sober bartender. Not true. Not true. You can trust both of those people. Just don't eat at their restaurants. Go ahead and squeeze a little bit of lime here. Excellent. This is kind of an older lime. So here we go. I'm gonna make this so that we can all say goodbye with a drink. There we go. Lime juice right there. Doing great. Find our simple syrup. Do we even have simple syrup? Have I made simple syrup in a while? No. Oh, yes, I did. Woo. How do we know? It's in a red hot bottle. We're gonna go ahead and put in. How much do you think I put in here? Put an ounce of simple syrup in here. There we go. Nice chili simple syrup. And why not the Hamilton Breezeway blend? A very, very nice blend. One of the only blends I know that's, one of the only booze that I know that breaks the do not buy anything in a 1 liter rule. They only sell this stuff in a liter. And that's the cheapest price that there is. So liter's fine for that one. I'm moving too fast. What do we always say? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Put that there. Grab an ice. Grab a thing. Grab a this, grab a that. Shakeroo. While we're shaking, I think I promised somebody that we would do something in a volcano this time. So let's go ahead and go to volcano. There we go. Is that loud enough? I guess that's as loud as it's going to be. There we go. We'll shake from the volcano. Out. Just don't even worry about the front of this bar anymore. Just worry about this shot right here. It looks like a hellscape to most bartenders. There we go. Quick little daiquiri, and we are good. Okay. Cheers to you guys. Thank you to Ringo for donating some of his essence so that we could feast upon his delicious bubbly sodas. Cheers to you guys. There we go. I think a few people came in. Let me say hello real quick to Craigie. Hi there, Craigie. I don't think I said hello to... Did I say hello to Roger G? Hello, Roger G. I think I saw... Yeah, Forlorn. Forlorn is here. Good to see you, Forlorn. Paul Bellamaro hanging out. I think that's it. Not a super chatty group today, which is just fine. Okay, that's what I got for you guys. Did Booze Santa buy you? Oh no, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul, for buying me the Breezeway. Booze Santa did come down my chimney and dropped off a bottle of the Breezeway. It is a lovely blend. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you, buddy. You are keeping the bar stocked, and that is like 3/8 of the battle. Oh, they're still finding glass shards from Bon Bon's Pineapple Kombucha bomb last year. Yeah. I would recommend burping those bottles. Burp the bottles once a day. Just go through, burp them. You're not releasing all of the carbonation. You're letting some of it out, so if you burp more, then you'll lose some of the bubbliness to it. But make sure the most important part is that you put them in the refrigerator before you serve them to infuse all of that carbonation into, what is this hand thing that I'm doing? I feel like I'm, who's this guy? You can't see him. John Cena. That you're definitely, make sure you're putting it in the refrigerator so that you are getting the carbonation that is in there actually in to the juice. We went way too long today, guys. Cheers to everybody for showing up. We will be back here on Thursday with Jessie Ott from, and I said this wrong last time, I want to say it again. She is not from the Thirsty Thursday podcast. She is from the Thirsty Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So at 3 p.m. EST podcast. Apparently, there's a whole fight for the Thirsty Thursday podcast. She, like a champ, changed the name of her podcast from Thirsty Thursday to Thirsty Thursday at 3 p.m. EST. What did I say? Yes, we'll be back here on Saturday. Whatever I said, it's the other one. So we'll have Jessie in here. We will ask her about the state of the booze industry, what farm to table bottling means, and then we are going to raid her liquor cabinet, and we are going to put to the test my theory that there are only 7 cocktails, and from there we are going to make a cocktail with her. While I'm just sitting here, I'm just going to raise the volume a little bit of this. Yeah, that's a little better. A little more ominous. Thank you guys so much. We are not here tomorrow. We are back here on Saturday with Jessie. Until then, what do we always say? If I say this, will it stop the whole thing?
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?
It does. I have to stop that. Let's just not do these. Let's end with the volcano scene. I'll tell you, Bon, the Pina Bomber. Uh-oh. Bon, winner of the 2025 Cush Derby and the Pina Bomber. Oh, gosh. Sorry, Bon. Maybe we'll, hopefully by Saturday, we'll have all forgotten about that, but I have a feeling that Roger has a steel trap mine, and that is not going anywhere. Sorry. That's what you get. That's what you get. The Pina Bomber. All right. Well, until Saturday, guys, thank you so much, and we will see you next time at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. Thank you so much for showing up.